Damn, my hair's getting long. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Jason from Jason Lowerway, and this is yet another video that I recorded for some reason. Now I have to say first, if you hear music in the background or some kid making sound effects, I do apologize for that. That is out of my control currently. Now, I would like to talk about some things that have been happening recently to me, because it's sure a doozy. Now, first, I want to thank everybody that has been supporting me throughout this time, especially on certain videos. Now, I made a video about this actual topic, however, it was taken down because I did show bandages across my arm, and I might have accidentally shown a little bit of a hint of when I fell into a pit of razor blades and cut my arm accidentally. Yeah, I fell. So those scars might have been shown, and that wasn't really something that YouTube was okay with. So I'm going to be wearing jackets like these so I can hide my arms and make sure that nobody is triggered by me falling over and over and over and over again. And again. And again. And again. So, I do believe that, I don't remember where I left off with my mental health journey, but I will say that when I got out of the psych ward, my mother said that I was noticeably more irritable. If you don't know, I went to the psych ward because I attempted to leave this mortal plane by my own hand. I haven't done that. Well, I haven't attempted to do that since, but that was a really bad day for me. So the next day I was sent to the psych ward because I told one of my friends that I did that, and he took it upon himself to tell the counselor what happened. And I'm not angry at him for that. I actually am very happy that he did that, because it means that he's caring about me and I got the help that I needed. It didn't really help, but I'm going to get into that later. Anyway, so at the psych ward, it was more like a college dorm room. They had a giant chalkboard where I wrote a list of all of my friends. It ended up being about 40 something, so that was fun. I read I read a few books, and I even made a friend named Player. I do believe Player might watch this video because they do have my YouTube. Player is a very nice person. I don't want to go into why they were there, because that's not it's not my place. So, Player's real name is, I forget their nationality, but Player's real name is hard for me to pronounce. I do believe it is Tang An. I forget though. Sorry, I'm texting my father, who hates me, and who I hate. It's a very toxic relationship. No, I'm not going to edit this out. I have zero editing skills, nor do I really care about editing. I just gotta text my mom. My father, Jeremy, he asked me to tell my mother that he wanted to contact her, and he said that he's not looking for a fight, and then he swore on his dead grandmother's grave. Jeremy is most likely bipolar, and one of the big reasons where I got it from. Anyway, at the psych ward, there was also a few other kids I don't really want to go into because they aren't as important as player, which is kind of fucked to say, but it's just true. I'm not in contact with any of them. So anyway, after I got out of the psych ward, my mother, she told me that I was more irritable. I almost yelled at an elderly person for taking too long at the pharmacy. Now, on the drive home, my mother lectured me about saying that we didn't live together because my mother stays all her time at her boyfriend's house. She does take care of me and my brother, and it's not a bad situation. It's just we don't live with her. And she gets offended by me saying that, I guess. Anyway, on my most recent checkup to the psych ward, where they wanted to do a follow-up, I was extremely anxious. And I yelled at two nurses because they had this one-way mirror where students were watching me. I signed up. Well, I didn't sign up at all. I was forced to go here. Anyway, I signed up to have a follow-up, have like a little bit of a therapy session, you could say. I did not know or want to be a learning experience for a bunch of doctors. That has to be some sort of HIPAA violation. Anyway, one of the men that was in charge of taking care of me at the psych ward, he walked into the room that was viewing into my room, and he told the doctor that I was noticeably a lot worse than before I got into the psych ward. So isn't that great? Currently, I'm doing worse than I was before I went to the psych ward and during. Sorry, my father just texted me, and I do not have the care, really, to edit out. So, he said, yeah, I'm having difficulties figuring out how to fill my taxes out because I'm married, filing separate, but I don't have anyone's information, specifically someone's. And she said she wouldn't let me starve while I'm sleeping in my car out in the snow, and I'm dead broke until employment fixes my problem they made last week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things go well. I hope he dies. My father abused me and my siblings physically and mentally for up to 10 years. He chokes my sister. I'm not really the most keen on his survival, I guess you could say. I really don't care. I've come to terms with he's dead to me and dead to a lot of my siblings. Why do I still talk to him? Because I have abandonment issues. I'm toxic towards myself. So, anyway, at school today, I felt extremely tired. By the way, they started me on a new medication that has me basically... It's for bipolar. They told me when I first got there that they didn't want... that they were still on the fence about me being bipolar. And at the end, they were like, okay, we're going to start treating you as if you were bipolar now. Because the visit alone was enough to, I guess, convince them that I might be bipolar. You have to imagine how bad that visit was to change their mind of a medical diagnosis in a few minutes. I must have been off the fucking rails. Anyway. At school today, I felt extremely tired, so I went to the nurse's office. Well, I went to the counselor's office, told her that I was feeling a little bit depressed, and I told her that I was feeling nauseous. So, she sent me to the clinic. She sent a depressed kid to the nurse's office because I was feeling like I was gonna throw up a little bit. So I laid down and I either almost fell asleep or I did fall asleep. And when I woke up, I heard one of the voices in my head, which I don't like referring to them as, but that's what they are, call me a gay boy. Mind you, at the follow-up at the psych ward, I told the doctor that I didn't mind the hallucinations because they didn't really bother me. I think that they were offended by that because that night I had horrible hallucinations to the point I almost cried. I had this 5-minute long hallucination of someone peeking into my room, and I stared at it, and it stared at me. That was horrifying. I thought someone broke into my house. Someone might have broken into my house. I don't fucking know. I hope it was just a hallucination. Now, the fun part is that ever since I said that my hallucinations didn't bother me, they've been happening more rapidly and more horrifyingly or funny. At the nurse's office, I woke up and it said, "Gay boy," and then it said, "Hello, gay boy, hello." And I don't think it meant happy. Just a guess. Anyway, they've started to communicate with me. Usually, it was just my mother's voice or someone else's voice calling out my real name, which is not Jason. By the way, I've started going by the name Jason, so it makes sense for me to call myself Jason because that's what I want to be called now. It's my real name, which I'm not going to say because it makes it just that much easier to track me down, which I don't want to happen. And it was calling me by my real name, so it was dead naming me, so it's just a prick, I guess. Sorry, I'm like the acquaintance. Did she file a single or... And if I could get like those dollars or so. My father is asking me about my mother's taxes. Keep in mind, I'm not 18. I've never done taxes. He just apologized for being a bad father. So I just said, thanks for noticing. My father is trying to manipulate me.
On my bike.
My brother's gonna go ride his bike.
What are you talking to?
I'm making a YouTube video.
Okay, don't involve me.
He asked me not to involve him. My dad's trying to get $100 from my mom. She doesn't have that kind of money. If you could tell, this is not really a luxurious home environment. Anyway, this is just one big vent and rant, I guess. My hallucinations called me a gay boy. I'm not. I don't know how to respond to that. Should I be a prick to them? Also, my medication is giving me restless leg syndrome. I'd rather be manic bipolar than have restless leg syndrome. Alright, thank you. Do y'all think I should cut my father off? Leave a comment.